Neil Zaradnik believes in giving you a more personal service. I asked him what sets him apart from other lawyers, and he said, I really do care about the people I represent. He meant it. If you're looking for a lawyer, call Neil Zaradnik. He won't charge you to talk to you. He won't judge you. And when you want to talk to him, he'll be there for you. Now, for this segment, we're joined by Tom of Echo Paranormal Investigators, and he's the high-tech guy. So how you doing, Tom?
How you doing?
Great. Thank you for coming. You almost just broke my hand.
Sorry, military.
That's okay. Is that what it is? I thought maybe all them ghost throttling things. All right, so why don't you tell us about what you got here?
All right, we got a couple little items up here. First one is a flashlight. Any standard flashlight will work. This one happens to have 3 different settings. You'd have the white light, the red light, and the blue light. White being the furthest out, and red if you're in the night vision mode. You don't want to be using white. This flashlight here is infrared light. Can't see it unless you have an infrared camera, which
you do.
Which we have right here.
So that's great. So you shine. What do you? All right. Well, first explain what you got, and then we'll talk about how you use it.
Okay. And then this is an EM pump. You turn on the EM pump.
Hold that up for the camera.
You can turn on the EM pump, and then with the K2 meter coming up to it, all right on top, it will light up.
Okay, so these lights on the top, may I?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. This is cool. I'm actually holding.
This happens to be a K2 meter, and the K2 meter, basically what it will do is it registers electromagnetic fields. And the EM pump, you need to kind of like point it right at it.
Okay. I wanted them to see it on camera.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Cool. Okay, EM pump.
Yes, and it will produce an electromagnetic field. This is a laser grid.
Now that's cool, but do that behind us.
I don't know.
It
won't show up that far back.
Oh, on the tabletop. That's pretty wild. So, this is like disco ghost hunting?
Yeah, for the most part. What we use it for is we take it into a room, in a dark room, set it up in one corner, take a camera that doesn't have the IR function, because if it's green and this is green, it doesn't do you any good.
Probably not.
And you wait for a shadow to walk in between the light and the wall. And you'll get a flotation of the lights.
Have you seen many of those things?
We've seen a couple of those, yes.
That's pretty cool.
I've only been doing this for about a year now, so it's not like I have a wealth of experience in those things. This here is just a non-contact thermometer. Point up against the wall,
and
it tells you what the temperature is of that area right there. So I don't have to go over to that area and actually touch it.
I know a lot of guys who'd like to bring one of those into the bar.
This is what's called a MEL meter.
A what?
MEL meter.
MEL meter. M-E-L?
M-E-L meter.
Okay.
It stands for Melissa, 8704. The man who created this, his daughter was named Melissa. She died in 04, was born in 87, 8704. This one happens to be the R version of this. A lot of ghost hunters, you'll see on one of the shows, they call them multimeters.
Okay.
Because it's more than one item together. This actually can take the EMF field and register it as a number.
Okay.
Temperature gauge.
Okay.
And then this one has a little red light on it that you can use while you're walking around, so you don't use out your...
Cool. Now, all right, so how do you know what numbers would be here? In other words, if this detects like an entity.
Actually, all it detects is electromagnetic fields. We're all created of these electricities. The theory is that ghosts give off this field. So if you come up into a field area that's high, and there's no reason for it to be high.
Well, this thing just said 34. What does that mean?
And then it went back down to 0?
What's a 7?
It's 06, 03. If you move it quickly, it kind of disrupts that electromagnetic
field. Oh, I see.
So you kind of have to move it slowly.
So there wasn't really a ghost?
No.
Oh, okay.
But if it's sitting here...
I thought I had something there.
If it's sitting here at 0 or 0.1 and it jumps up to 2.0, you got a good chance that there's something going on. And we kind of use that to verify what is going on with us at the times.
That's fascinating. Yeah, I don't want to kill your battery.
It's all right.
Because we're going to be using this equipment here in just a little while, right?
Right.
Great. Now, what about this other stuff?
All right. We have 3 sets of cameras here. They're all by Sony. And
No,
this one's just
we're not doing any product boost here.
Okay, these are all
They got to pay for that commercial.
cyber shots. They're all. This one is just a normal camera. It will just take normal pictures. Mm-hmm. This one here is what's called a full spectrum camera. Chris has had this one paid. As you can see, is like a purplish color. Mm-hmm. And
show that to the folks.
I don't know if they're going to actually see it or not.
The ghost. Somebody was it? What was that? Okay, nothing that matters. Yeah, we're sitting in here in the theater, and there's only just a group of us here, and there's not that many lights because nobody could find the spots up there, and it's getting close to Halloween, so it's getting a little scary. So it's purple. I don't know if you folks can see that, but the light on there is purple.
Which means it's shooting in UV, ultraviolet, and it also shoots in infrared.
Okay.
So it uses the full spectrum of light.
So you take a picture of that, and that'll pick up something the human eye can't see?
Correct. And the idea there is ghosts are in that realm that you can't see.
Well, now, do you have video cameras that do that as well? Because still, you have to actually be aiming right at the spot at the exact moment that ghost is there. But I guess you would first detect it on that other side.
Well, this is an infrared camera. Okay. So it's actually a digital video camera, and we set it up. And we do have a couple of the full spectrum cameras. Mm-hmm. I just don't have them. So one of our other
this stuff is expensive.
Yeah, that's my wife.
His wife is here.
No, she's
he got them at John's Bargain Basement, the Dollar General Ghost Store.
She already told me no more cameras. I'm like, all right. And this is an infrared camera. This one? These are actually Chris's.
She's going to watch the show, you know.
That's okay.
She knows about all of these.
Oh, she knows about everything I have right now. Right. She don't know what's coming in the mail. So we're not going to talk about that
bag that's over there. All right.
This is actually an infrared still camera. It has also been professionally altered from the original, and it shoots with a red.
Okay, if you can see that, folks. I don't know if you can or not. It's red, whereas the other was purple.
Whereas the other one was purple.
So the different entities give off different wavelengths, lights?
Not so much different entities. It's just that sometimes things are seen within the ultraviolet light, and some of them are seen in the infrared.
And you don't know
why? Know which one's which at some points in time. Okay. I don't know why some things are more relevant in different light sources. Right. This is what's called a PX device. And this PX device uses white noise and a word database.
Uses white noise?
White noise. And it's also a word database that's in there. And when it's on and an entity wants to talk to you through it, it will talk and the actual words will come out of that, like, hello. But it's very mechanical.
So this is kind of like a two-way radio to the ghost guys?
Right. And
Has it ever talked to you?
Yes. Lots.
Really?
Almost every time we take it out, we get something.
Really? And you can hear them talking?
Right.
It's like, I want a pizza.
No. Not quite like that, but... usually get out, but it's more of a mechanical type of voice. It's like, get out. And I'll see if I can...
Turn it on. Maybe we can catch somebody. What just happened?
That's just the modes that it's in, and then you just sit here.
Oh, those are the modes?
Yes.
For a minute, I thought we had a ghost talking to us. I was
but you see how the voice is. The voice is a very mechanical, bakey type of voice.
Earth to Dan. Yeah, I was like, for a minute there, it was talking. I was going to say, gee, we really got one. That would have been really cool. But it's not.
No.
Okay, it was worth a shot.
Yeah, you never know when something's going to come up, though. And then we'll just turn this off.
Okay.
And then this is what's called a Spirit Box 7. SB7.
Spirit Box 7?
Yes.
Okay, and basically, it kind of looks like a little transistor radio.
It is.
From the 50s,
And basically that's all it is. It will scan through channels very rapidly, usually about 30 per second.
Wow.
And when a ghost wants to talk to you or a spirit wants to talk to you, everything will go out on it, and all of a sudden you'll just get this voice coming through, and then it will go back to changing the stations.
Okay, but when it's talking, will this lock on the voice and stay there? Or will it just blow right by it?
It blows right by it.
Oh. But don't they have them so, like, you got somebody talking, and all you hear is a word, and by the time you go back to that channel, he's gone or something.
Well, see, that's the whole key. If it went back to that channel, then you would think it was a radio station, because it is a transistor radio. And you will pick up stations on it. Why it's flipping through the stations. You'll get little blip, blop, bloop,
Really?
as it's flipping through. And what you're hoping for is to get a full sentence out. When you get a
Not
full sentence,
if it's going that fast, doesn't it blow?
they don't talk on the station. They just need the white noise to talk through.
Oh, I see.
So
it's just like Dick Tracy's wristwatch thing. You know?
it's a lot of the stuff here is stuff that has been made for another function that we have to manipulate it to use it for what we need it for.
Well,
it's transistor.
I didn't do that.
No, that's just something that had power that came in through.
Huh?
Something with energy just passed through this room.
It did?
Yes.
So that was a ghost?
It could be a ghost, or it could just be a fluctuation of energy from a ghost.
But it was definitely ghost related?
More likely, yes.
Here, hold this. Come back. I want to talk to you. I want to do an interview with a ghost on the show. That would be like really cool. Hi there.
Hi, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
Let me
Being
scare you.
semi-transparent kind of stinks, but I'm going to have fun ruining your day.
And a lot of the times when we were using
So
this,
that wasn't this thing just...
that was not that. All it does is when you change the function of it, it tells you what function you're in. After that, nothing. And it sat here for a good minute and a half. It's learning how to use it. They have to learn how to use these equipment. So right now, you probably have something in this area that's trying to learn how to use this piece of equipment.
There's a spirit in here right now. Here, let me hold you up to the mic. Say something. Now it's going to be shy.
Yeah, well, that's the way they are.
But that was cool. I'm hoping that I can get that in. I mean, we actually just had a ghost try to communicate with us while it was learning how to use this.
Right.
For real.
For real. I wasn't touching anything. You weren't touching anything. And the way it works is energy is used to manipulate those words.
Is that Boris Karloff in there? Oh, the ghost.
Yeah.
No vampires. That was really cool. We actually had a ghost talking to us on this. Listen, guys, this is not special effects. I swear to you. And you can call me up at the studio and ask me about it. But this thing just actually had a ghost talking to us. That is really cool.
And these things have come a long ways from what this one is. And right now they have a real new one out. It's very expensive, but it actually...
Speaking for his wife, he's not going to buy that one.
Not buying that one. But it has a word data that sits right here, and it will let you know what they're
saying. So it'll be quick and pick it up.
Right.
Well, come back, man. Come back. Where are you going? Don't be in a hurry. Come on, join us. I'll get you a chair. We can sit down and do a whole interview with this guy.
Hey, why not?
Now, that would be cool.
That's what we kind of do when we sit there and do our spirit sessions. So you're hanging out
doing this spirit session, and you're having a conversation with these people, these ghost people?
And a lot of times what they have to tell us through these instruments that we use is very pertinent to trying to get them to cross over. A lot of times when you go back and you listen to your video, when you listen to your video later on, what you hear with your ear and then what you hear through that video will be a lot different, and you'll be able to make out what he just said or it just
I'm going
said.
to keep it kind of close here and hope he talks again, because then I'm going to play it back in slow motion.
And a lot of times what they say is spirits sometimes talk 2 to 3 times faster than what we are.
But about everything on earth moves 2 to 3 faster times than I do.
Yeah.
But that is cool. Come on, say something, man.
Now it doesn't want to play with you. It says, put me back down, I'll talk again.
Yeah, but then I don't know if I'll get it. I'll put you here, so you still can't lean over. So we're going to go ahead and do a little tour of the Apollo and maybe see if we can't bump into this guy with your other equipment, right?
All right. Sounds like a fun deal.
All right, folks, check out the other episode. And we haven't gone yet, so I don't know if we're going to find anything or not, but we might. We got somebody talking to us, and I'm hoping that the mic picked that up. That's exceptional. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
All right. And thank you, folks, for watching. And go ahead and check out the other segment now. You're not doing that.
I can't do anything. I have no way of doing that. That's all energy.
This is so an Apollo ghost, right on cue.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you missed your line, buddy. Come on.
He got the last word.
He did too, didn't he? Somebody in the audience just said he got the last word. All right. Yeah, but I could turn you off. All right, folks. Thank you for watching, and go check out the other segment where we actually go through and look for the ghosts, and maybe we can meet this guy or girl.
It could always be. This makes the same noise no matter what entity spirit is.
But if you find it on the other instruments, we'll know, because I can talk to women. It's guys I have trouble with.
Same here.
You're a romance guy, right?
Yeah, I can only deal with the women.
Help me.
That's why That's why I go in the dark with 4 girls.
And one of them are alive.
At least one.
All right. Let's go see what we can find.